Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to fly in a very surprising aircraft. I'll show you from outside. So that's my aircraft for this mission. It's a B-52. I'm gonna fly together with another three B-52s. I'm carrying very nice model, by the way. The texture is slightly blurred by the model overload when I look looking from the distance. It's looking really nice. So let's go for the takeoff. Hopefully everything will go smoothly. Can turn my front wheels. The engine. One engine is inside. I can see that one model is there. The other is missing. They are missing like both engines. And the other side will be the opposite basically. Okay. Okay, nice. As you can see, I'm sitting very high, so not just the model from outside, but even the cockpit is higher from the ground than in the regular F-16. So you can see that it's looking way more different. Okay, my call sign is Buff 1, so I am Buff 1-1. Okay, let's go for the takeoff.
Buff 1-1, Wangju Tower, position and hold, runway 20.
Okay, that's the runway 20. So let's line up.
Buff 1-1, Wangju Tower, you are cleared for takeoff, runway 20, depart heading 290.
Okay, depart heading 290. So let's go. I was cleared for takeoff.
Buff 1-2, Wangju Tower, position and hold, runway 20.
I was scratching the runway, but I had to take off already.
Buff 1-2, Wangju Tower, you are cleared for takeoff, runway 20, depart
Okay,
heading
gear up.
290.
Altitude.
Buff 1-3, Wangju Tower, hold short. Buff 1-3, Wangju Tower, position and hold, runway 20.
Okay, let's head 290.
Buff 1-1, Wangju departure, resume on navigation.
Buff 1-1, copy. Okay, it seems that I have the radar, so I can see probably the air threats as well.
Buff 1-3, Wangju Tower.
So the radar is working,
Depart heading 290.
which is a great
Buff
news.
1-4, Wangju Tower, hold short. 2, airborne. Buff 1-4, Wangju Tower, position and hold, runway 20.
Maybe I can even lock the targets and declare them, right? Okay.
Sentry 2, Buff 1-1, declare. Buff 1-1, Sentry 2, contact is friendly.
Buff 1-2, Wangju departure, resume on navigation. Bus 14, land Jude Tower. You are cleared for takeoff. Runway 20. Depart heading.
So we are
090.
airborne. Let's see it from outside. Very nice model, by the way. It's really great. So, the target is some electrical machinery plant. It's in the North Korean territory. So I hope I'll be able to enter the North Korean airspace and do my job. So that's the first step. The second step, that I will be able to use my my weapons properly. The weapons are consisting of 12 AGM-84E variant, which are basically the Harpoon missiles. So I don't know these sub-versions, these E, B, D, and so on. So we'll see how this missile works. Basically, it is launched the same way as the Maverick, although it has like greater distances. So those are the missiles under my wings. Basically, these are like cruise missiles, so I can launch them from pretty nice distance. And there is also some 8 PALCM, and they seems to be also working the same way as the AGM-65 or the Maverick. So I'll keep them to attack the main target or the other targets. As soon as I penetrate or enter the North Korean airspace, I'm gonna use these Harpoon missiles at some certain targets. So I will randomly spread these missiles onto the enemy objects behind the front line. And for the target, I'm gonna keep these 8 missiles. It's also some kind of cruise missile, but I think we are carrying too many of them basically, so maybe I will leave just 2 of these missiles and also use them during the flight at several targets. Just because the target site, this electrical machinery plant, is containing only one building, which is like the main target for us for today. It's the highest value target, so I don't think that I don't know, I'm carrying 8 missiles together with my another 3 wingmans. We are carrying like totally 33 of these missiles, so it's a complete destruction of I don't know, many objects, not just one building. So that's why I'm talking that I'd like to use basically all of my missiles on different targets, just to stop the enemies. And I will keep only 2 of these CAL-CM missiles for the main target. Okay, I switched off the lights. So far, I turned on the EZM. Program 4 selected for the electronic countermeasures. Master arm on. I'm going to set up the bingo fuel. I'm carrying like 44,000 pounds of fuel, but the fuel consumption, as you can see, is 41,000. So I'll be able to fly like this for an entire hour. But I need to climb a lot just to save as much fuel as possible. I'm going to set up the bingo for
21, taxi, runway 16 right, hold short.
Probably 10,000. Just to know where I'm almost empty. 10,000 is more than F-16 can carry, like the fuel capacity. But as you can see, it's just the half of the internal fuel tank of or less than half of the internal fuel tank in the B-52. There is also an escort flight flying with us. It's a Stat-2. It's probably 4 F-16s, if I do remember this correctly. They should be just taking off from some airfield, maybe in front of us. I can see an airfield there, or some other airfields nearby. Oh, and this aircraft is banking like like B-52 basically. So it's very different flying than with another aircrafts.
Stud 22, Busan Tower, you are cleared for takeoff. Runway 16
Okay,
right.
maybe let's
Depart
see the
heading
navigation.
205.
Uh,
Stud 23,
not this
Busan
one.
Tower, hold short.
Come on.
Stud
Destination.
23,
Okay, that's
Busan
it.
Tower, position and hold. Runway 16 right.
So, steer point 2 selected, and I should be there when switching to waypoints. The time over steer point should be 9:39:29,
Stud
and
23,
I'll be there
Busan Tower, you are cleared for
9:42,
takeoff.
so a
Runway
little bit
16
late,
right. Depart heading
2 in position.
like 3 minutes late, but
Stud 24,
I'm still
Busan
climbing,
Tower, position and hold. Runway 16 right.
which means that I still will be faster just
Resume on navigation.
when the proper altitude is reached. I'm
Stud
gonna
22,
reduce the
Busan
climb
departure.
rate now.
Resume on
I'm
navigation.
already in 20,000 feet, so
Stud 24,
let's reduce
Busan
it
Tower,
to
you are cleared for takeoff.
5
Runway 16
degrees
right.
right
Depart
now.
heading 205.
There are 2 aircrafts just taking off. I can see them here. There are 2 aircrafts on my right side. Another one is just landing. Some very nice views from here.
Airborne. Stud 2, go spread. 4 airborne. 2 going spread.
The B-52 is probably the one of the oldest still operational aircraft in the world, together with Tupolev Tu-95. So both of them are almost the same age. They've been introduced in the late 50s or something like that, so very old aircraft, but definitely the first variant of the B-52 was completely different than this latest variant. Is probably B-52 G variant, is probably the last one, and it's definitely a completely different aircraft with different avionics, electronic countermeasures, different engines. For example, is capable of carrying new types of weapons, so it's like new sensors, data link, so it's way much different aircraft, but it's like in the old shape. When looking from outside, you can just see different antennas, different sensors on the surface, but definitely very, very similar aircraft. For example, this G variant doesn't have the rear gun or rear gunner on the original one. Then there was some kind of Gatling gun defending the rear hemisphere behind this aircraft. So it's the overall platform is very, very old, but was vastly modernized during the operational years and periods.
Off 1 sentry 2, things are quiet right now.
Okay, the situation is clear. No threats in the air. 9:39:25, 9:38:34. So I'll be slightly faster over the steer point, and that's just because I've reduced the climb rate. So let's climb more steeply, probably, and that will slightly slow me down, and I should be over the steer point 2 at the right time. Okay, let's tell my wingmans to use the EZM.
Off 1, music on. 2, music on.
I'm very curious
4,
how this aircraft will perform in the North Korean airspace, just because it's not a fast aircraft, it's not a stealth aircraft at all, so
3 in position.
really looking forward to see it. I probably never flew this aircraft before, so this is the first time I'm sitting in the B-52 in the Falcon Elite Force. So very much looking forward to see how it goes.
Off 1, close up formation.
I've been using these Harpoon missiles already.
3,
Basically, the F-18 is also able to carry, I think, 4 of them. So I was already using them against some ships in the past, but as I said, I've never fly any B-52 in this game, so basically never used or never launched these missiles from the B-52.
Close up formation. 2, closing out. 3,
And the model is looking really great. I like the overall look of this aircraft. It's very like typical shape of the wings, for example. Typical angle of attack of these wings also. It's like very, very high AOA just for the wings. Therefore, the fuselage should be like leveled, and just the wings have some positive AOA, basically. Very typical rear, typical engine, like 2 of them in each on each pylon.
2, in position.
Okay, 2 just formed on my wing. That's great. Probably we are from LA. Is this like LA, like the city? Barksdale at the rudder. Very nice. Okay, there is number 3 forming behind me, and number 4 should be somewhere left or maybe right from his position, left in my view, but I do not see him yet. He must be somewhere back. But just because the wingmans are flying without the harpoons, so they are much lighter, less drag, so they should be able to keep the tempo with me. Let's make a nice thumbnail probably, or maybe I can order him to fly even closer.
Bob 1, close up formation. 2, closing out. 3,
Look at this beauty.
4.
For this mission I was able to take, I don't know, like 50 or 40 Mark 82 bombs, but I've decided to use something like guided. I don't want to just carpet bomb this this electrical machinery tool. I think that this will be like much better. Okay, number 3 is joining us. I can't see number 4 anywhere. Let me check in on the HSD. Oh, it's way back. It's like this is like 120, so 40, 80, 120. So he's like 40, maybe even 60 miles behind us. I don't know why he is that slow. Maybe he had to wait for someone to land on the airfield, therefore he just took later. And now there is a big gap between us and him. Okay, I think number 3 is trying to slow down my speed. Seems like he's having some troubles. Okay, now he's okay, but now he will accelerate again, then slow down again. Let's make a thumbnail picture just from me and my number 2. So, I'm always worried not to press F12 because my video capturing software is set up to F12, which basically starts and stops the recording. So if I press F12 instead of any other key, it stops the recording, and that was the case of my yesterday's video in IL-2 1946, when I was doing some thumbnails and I accidentally turned off the recording. So that was basically my fault, but at least the mission is there in the video and didn't end before it, so I have to start being really careful about it. It's happening quite often to me that I'm pressing the wrong buttons. At least I find it great that I have the radar here, so I can see any aircrafts in front of me. That's really like nice. I don't have any AMRAAMs, any missiles whatsoever to use them, but at least I can see the enemies, identify them, which is already great.
Tower 1-1, engaging. A21 bearing 030, 200. Sentry 2, buff 1-1. Request vector to threat. Buff 1, Sentry 2. Things are quiet right now.
Okay, so my current fuel consumption is 24.5 pounds of fuel per flight hour. My overall internal fuel is 37,000. So I should be able to fly like this for, I don't know, another 1.5 hours probably. Still great. Okay, let's fly on 100% thrust without anything in the afterburner part. This aircraft definitely has like zero or no afterburners, so but you can always move your joystick all the way up and or your throttle, and then it goes like this. So you can see that the gauge shows like 20% of the afterburner, but there is no afterburner at all in this aircraft, just higher fuel consumption, maybe slightly higher thrust, but I don't think I need it. Okay, like this. Okay, SA2 active in the distance, so that's not a good sign. I can use my Harpoon missiles at the SA2, but I don't know the exact position. That might be the problem. Let's switch to the steer point 3 already. Or maybe let's switch direct to IP point. I just need to see the initialization point. I just need to see the overall distance is like 116 miles. I'll be there in 14 minutes or 15 minutes. Just wanted to do some basic calculation whether the fuel is okay or not. I can refuel from some tankers here in this area, but I don't want to do so. I can see that the SA2 is visible next to the alternate airfield, so let's change to the steer point, like so. And I'm going to try to find this SA2 radar. Oh, this turning is like...
Sentry 1, be advised, hostile launch activity detected, bullseye 360.
so much different from the F-16. It's really strange that you bank your aircraft and it's almost, you don't see it turning. Very strange experience. Okay, so the steer point 12 selected. I can see the SA2 just behind the front line. So maybe let's switch to the AGM-84. That's it. Let's switch to the weapon. Let's switch to the visual mode. I don't know why the target is that much obscured. I can't see anything on ground so far. It's really a complication for me. I think the overall shape of the B-52, it's not properly modeled with this. Okay, that's the target. So the B-52 model is colliding with the view range or view point of view or a field of view of the landing pod or whatever this aircraft has. That's why I can't use it like properly. If I climb more, it's even worse. SA2. No, I'm seeing some kind of missiles or I don't know. Okay, let's switch to the radar. Probably. That's the... Seems like I'm carrying the landing port somewhere behind these missiles, or I don't know, and I'm seeing these missiles from behind, like this hard point. I saw that okay, I can see the SA2 position, so let's quickly change. It's not attacking me, so that's great so far. Let's try to find them, but God, I can't see anything there, so let's lock just... Okay, I think I locked something. I can see it. I can see it from here, but I don't know where the radar is, so let's just attack these vehicles here. I'm still out of range so far. Hopefully they won't be firing at me. But at least I have the clear vision now. I'm flying at this angle. I can see the target perfectly. I'm really surprised that I cannot launch my harpoons yet. Still too far for them. I don't know where exactly this forest with SA2 is. It's usually a complicated thing to hit such targets. They might be hidden in the between the trees, and basically you can't hit them. Your Mavericks. Okay, gonna launch my first missile. I'm not going to wait any longer. And I can see the radar right now. That's the radar. But there are trees in front of him. The harpoons are not modeled correctly here. Definitely they have like greater range, so I can already launch the harpoon onto this radar, and I'm going to do so already. Let's leave this SA-2 as soon as possible. Oh, whoa! Almost crashed into me. It's way too slow. So the first harpoon is almost there. See that from outside. That's the first harpoon. Going for this truck here. And it destroyed the radar as well. So there is no radar already. Is the second harpoon doing lots his track, or is he still going for the position of the radar? Okay. These are quite big missiles, so luckily they were able to destroy. Okay, maybe let's use the harpoons at any other targets. I'm gonna scan the ground below me just to see anything suspicious. That's the lost city. Some houses. It's not very effective to fly like this. Look for your targets like manually. There is, for example, there is an airfield on my left side, so maybe if I turn left now, I don't see any factories whatsoever on ground.
Stud 2, Sentry 2, be advised, hostiles bearing 275, 50 miles, 15,000.
Okay, some hostiles are heading here, so have to be careful. Okay, I can't see anything on that airfield yet. Let's turn to this side like so. Okay. Okay, that's the radar, so why not to destroy it?
Bruiser.
That's also some kind of radar, so let's destroy it as well. Okay, maybe there will be some harbor here, shipyard. Just so want to get rid of these missiles. It's almost impossible to use any of the King. Okay, slightly to the left. And I can see the target. Okay, there isn't a column, so I'm going to attack the column. So let's launch one harpoon here.
Bruiser.
Second for these 3 vehicles in front. Okay, I locked the last one.
Sentry 1, be advised, hostile launch activity detected, bullseye 2651. Bruiser.
There's also a couple of AAA here. I don't know why I can't lock it. It's still like moving. Maybe I'm too close. Or too much to the left side. No, I can't lock it. Seems like the cruise missiles are not going properly for the target, so I've locked them somehow by mistake. Seems like that. No, now they are turning. Very interesting fly path. Okay, I won't be able to see anything now. Okay, nice hits. Couple of tracks destroyed. Okay, I can see SA2 on my RWR, but I don't see it on the HSD. Just the search radar is there. Okay, I'm carrying 5 more missiles. So let's try to use them. Is the Pyongyang on the horizon? Every time I lock something on the ground, it jumps up again. Don't know why. There's another airfield in the distance. I'd like to check these buildings here. No, as soon as I move my cursor, it somehow turns off the I'm looking for. Okay, you can see some airfield. Now let's... Oh, again, I lost the lock. Don't know why.
Gypsy 9, we are RTB. Chalice
Okay, I
1,
can see the...
Buff 1, Sentry 2, be advised, hostiles bearing 3, 4, 5, 4 miles, 15,000.
4 miles, okay. Can't lock the radar tower, it's at the very end of the runway on the left side. Oh, can't lock, I don't know what's going on.
Sentry 2, Buff 1-1, request vector to threat. Buff 1, Sentry 2, nearest threat, J5, warship, bearing 3601 mile, 15,000.
Okay, they are in 15,000, so I'm going to ignore them so far. Hopefully I won't regret this choice. I know why that's happening, because I'm in the... God, I was in the PRE mode. Now it should work.
Bruiser. Side 5 off. Gypsy 3-1, engaging, Big 19, bearing 070, 100 miles, 20,000.
Okay, there's just some kind of forest there. I don't see any targets there. Anything suitable for me. That SA3 on my right side. Let me check whether there is some airfield or not. If there is an airfield,
Sentry 2, be advised, hostiles bearing 015,
it should be
40
much
miles,
easier to find
15,000.
out this SA2. Although it's like 50 miles yet. Okay, I don't see any other targets over this airfield. Nothing is being prepared for takeoff, so no need to worry probably. You can see that the missile engine is still burning, so definitely the range of the Harpoon is much greater than I'm using them currently, but I think that the limitation is the limitation right now is the locking or visual capabilities of my my Lantin bot. My view is still obscured by it's an airfield, and that's probably the location where the SA2 might be. Okay, slowly to the right.
2, position. 4 in position.
Okay, I can see the airfield right now. It's like 50 miles away. 36, sorry. It's too much. I've lost the lock again. It seems that it's slightly boogie. I was able to see something behind the fence. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, something's really there.
Bruiser.
So, that's the first target. Let's see whether there is something on the airfield. Just the radar. Radar.
Bruiser.
The radar. I lost visual again. The SA-2 should be definitely on this airfield. So let me try to find it properly. There are some vehicles around the airfield, but definitely I'm unable to see the radar. SA-2 radar, I mean. And I think I have to run away. They are just locking me.
Shaft flare.
Okay, there is the launcher in the distance. Let me try to lure him into the ground.
Shaft flare. Shaft flare.
Okay, seems like the missile loses its track. Okay, I have to check that area behind the airfield. I have last harm, not harm. Last harpoon.
Miles, 15,000. Sentry 2, buff 1-1. Request vector to threat. Buff 1, Sentry 2, nearest threat, J5, Sporeship, bearing 155, 30 miles, 15,000. Direct hit.
I'm flying this aircraft like a fighter.
3 in position. Chalice 1, be advised, hostile launch activity detected, bullseye 355, 50 miles.
Okay, 28,000, let's level up. I use the, the overall speed which I gained by descending for the very quick climb. But now I'm on the speed basically, so let's wait a little bit until the speed goes up a little bit, and I'm going to turn turn back to this airfield there. So let's go. And the SA-2 is somewhere behind it, behind this airfield. Very high angle of attack. Really pulling hard for the aircraft. Okay, that's the airfield. It's probably Koksan Air Base. So let me try to find it on my weapon page. Okay, visual selected, visual mode selected. The target should be somewhere there. Now let's the missile out of my view. Okay, there it is. And let's try to find their base.
Rapier 1-1, engaging. J5 bearing 130, 35 miles.
I don't
25,000.
see anything there but this building in the distance behind the airfield. And on that airfield to bank right if I want to see anything there. Check this city once again. No, nothing's there. Something's there in the distance, but that's not the SA-2. Definitely not about this area here. Oh, it's so hard to move anywhere. I lost the tracking again.
Stud 2, Sentry 2, be advised, hostiles bearing 180, 40 miles, 15,000.
Okay, I'm going to launch this last
1, Fox 3 long.
harpoon at something what was behind this airfield, and that's the radar probably.
Bruiser.
And I don't know what happened, but my aircraft start turning
4, in
to this
position.
side.
2, Pitbull. 1, Pitbull.
To level up this, it's not working at all. Somehow happened that my trim is all the way moved to one side. I don't know how is that possible. And I can't move it like back. Now it's moving, okay. Quickly check my position. Okay, seems to be almost great. Okay, like this. Okay, stabilized and ready. See this impact. Oh, that's the SA-2 launcher only, and I was shooting at some AAA in the distance, but at least I know where the SA-2 launcher is, but I don't know where the radar is basically.
Sentry 1, 1, be advised, hostile launch activity detected, bullseye 355, 40 miles.
Must be somewhere close. Okay, doesn't matter. Let's go for the target, steer point 7. Finally, I'm feeling very light, so definitely a change for me.
1 Sentry 2, nearest threat, bogey bearing 060, 35 miles, 18,000.
Okay, there is some kind of bogey. I don't know what that is.
040, 60 miles.
Okay, fuel is still okay. I'm slightly in the half of my internal fuel tanks, and I was flying here and there during this mission, so let's quickly turn onto that final target, or onto the primary target, which is like 60 miles away.
Sentry 1, be advised, hostile launch activity detected.
I'm definitely flying without the escort. The escort is already probably returning home. So I have to keep an eye on any hostile aircrafts around me.
1-1, Sentry 2, contact confirmed hostile. ID is AN-24.
Okay, AN-24 is a no threat for me. I'm glad I was able to destroy a couple of targets here and there, so even that is great. Let me quickly check whether I can... Okay, I can drop down or jettison at least one of the hard points, probably on my right wing. The right wing is empty. Left wing still occupied, so maybe this will allow me to target or select the targets much easier without the hard point under my right wing. Okay, let's try to find some targets. Still can't see anything on ground. I'm moving my cursor left-right. I can't see anything there.
Fox 2.
Very strange, like,
Fox 2.
which means that I can't select the target area properly.
19, bearing 090, 40 miles, 26,000.
Okay, power is on. The TGP is off, so this missile should be launched like the Maverick. I'm unable to see anything there. Switch to the radar, it's still too far from the target, so maybe I will use the radar for proper target acquisition. I've never used this CALCM missile. It's quite new for me. There's a couple of buildings on the distance. Can't see them when using the visual locking. Maybe let's try to lock them and let's see whether it is again somehow obscured by... Okay, there is something still obscuring my view. Strange. So definitely some parts of this aircraft are obscuring the view from the
Momo 21 pin.
targeting pod. If I fly lower, okay, let's try to lock to this
Off 1 Sentry 2.
target.
Advised hostiles bearing 090, 2 miles, 1000.
So somewhere there should be my target. I've lost the lock again, so once again, let's like early switch to visual. Okay, position is locked. Let's bring the aircraft the left, right, center, I don't know, anywhere, just to be able to see. Maybe this will be even bigger problem because these missiles are inside my bomb bay, and I don't know whether they are like unable to see this target just because they are inside the bomb bay, and there is a MiG-21 behind me. Seems like he's behind me and my buddies, so really close to me probably. I don't see him at all so far. Just want to get rid of these bombs, missiles, or whatever it is.
Sentry 1, be advised, hostile launch activity detected, bullseye 305, 120 miles.
Okay, can't see anything there, so let's switch to the or carry mode. Okay, still nothing here. Switching to the radar. Okay, there's a building just locked. Let me quickly lock also this building here.
Cruiser.
So let's shoot another missile there.
Cruiser. Cruiser.
Okay, let's fly home.
Buff 1, weapons free. Sentry 1, 2, will go.
I'm gonna keep these 4 missiles, probably 3 of them, for the way back, basically. MiG-21 is keeping somewhere behind me. That's the trails coming from these missiles, so let me see them. Okay, nice missile, by the way. No texture at all. I can see myself way up. Okay, fly back. Seems like my buddies are somehow not interested to use their weapons, so I'm gonna fly home already. I've locked multiple targets here, and basically it seems that I've locked the civilian buildings as well. There is some kind of factory and another factory there. So let's fly back. I just need to do my job properly. Let's switch to the
1-3, next on the pond.
visual.
Buff 1, 2, here goes nothing.
MiG-21 still here. I hope I'll be able to drop my bombs. Where is it? Here. So, there is one factory here. You can see it here already. Oh, I'm 1.16 Mach, right? Just slow down, buddy. Okay, let me lock this building here. Just visually.
Altitude. Altitude.
Bruiser.
Okay, that's the first building. The second should be somewhere. Can't see it. Wait a moment. I was checking the target before the flight, but oh, there is. It's being hit already. But I'm going to send there another missile. And then I'm going to attack that power plant behind the city. So let me lock this target here once again. Like so. And let me lock this nuclear power plant. It's definitely a nuclear power plant behind the Pyongyang. Like so. Can't see it. Okay, and I'm Winchester, so let's fly away.
Chaff flare. Chaff flare.
What just happened? I'm Winchester. But they are somehow stuck. What happened, missiles? Yeah, my God. I've never seen something like that in the Allied Force, and I wasn't expecting to see something like this in Allied Force. Definitely not. Let's fly home. Now the missiles are flying, but
nearest threat, OE-2 ship, bearing 030, 15 miles, 15,000.
I don't think they will hit anything. Seems like they are just flying straight up into the sky. Maybe they will turn back, I don't know. Seems like they finally left my bomb bay, but I don't know what they are doing. Okay. Doesn't matter. Really strange mission, strange aircraft. I have to get out of here as soon as possible. Now they are asking for permission to attack, so... The steer point 7, was it? Not 7. Selected for quite a long time, so they know that this is the active target, and they're asking me now whether they can attack it or not, and I can see some MiG-21s being doing strange things for them. SA-3 attacking me. I'm really surprised that they are shooting at me now, because I don't see any circle around me. And I think that the SA-3 is way too... somewhere in the distance. Okay, there they are. Okay, they shouldn't be able to reach me, so I can fly freely.
Chaff flare.
Okay, 16,030 pounds of fuel. So that should be okay. But I really need to turn back and fly home already.
Sentry 2, buff
The
1-1.
missiles are still flying.
Buff 1-1, Sentry 2,
You
contact
can see
confirmed.
all three of them.
MiG-19.
I don't think they will be able to find their targets. Seems like they are slightly confused and just cruising here and there. I don't know where the Pyongyang is even. They are like quite far behind the city somewhere, going for some random targets. Okay, there is the Pyongyang in the distance probably. That's the city. So you can see how far they are. Maybe they could hit this, I don't know, this factory here. And seems like this is the last one. Okay, a hit. Solid hit into the ground. Okay, let's switch to steer point 10 already. Should be my home plate.
Sentry 2,
SAT
buff
is still
1-1.
trying to
Request
lock
extra
me,
threat.
but
Buff 1, Sentry 2, nearest threat, MiG-21, Singleton, bearing 025, 10 miles, 1,000.
10 miles, 1,000, so somewhere below me. On the airfield, right? They are just taking off. I wish I had more missiles. No, I don't see him on the ground, the runway.
Chowder 1, we are heading home.
So he must be airborne, definitely. Okay, he's airborne because otherwise the AVAX won't be reporting him. But I do not see him.
Sentry 2, buff 1-1. Request vector to threat. Buff 1, Sentry 2, nearest threat, MiG-21, Singleton, bearing 025, 10 miles.
That's probably him in the distance. You can see two smoke trails there. But he should be like 10 miles away, so maybe that's him.
Copper 1, we are heading home.
Let's just continue home. Check my... Okay, there is no number 3, number 4. I have just the wingman, so let's tell him to drop his stores, just to make him
1-2,
lighter.
Stores. 4, roger.
And it's number 4, so this is number 4. He just formed as my wingman, so number 2 and number 3 is no more.
Sentry 2, buff 1-1. Request vector to threat. Buff 1, Sentry 2, nearest threat, MiG-21, Singleton, bearing 355, 10 miles.
It was quite funny mission, this one. Very interesting to try this aircraft. Very sad that I was unable to see through the targeting pod like properly, to bang like too much. And very interesting those last 3 cruise missiles. I was unable to launch them like normally. Very interesting. Okay, I don't see the MiG-21 yet, still. He must be somewhere behind us. I don't know his altitude because the AVAX won't tell me. but he's still keeping with us. Maybe he's out of missiles.
Buff 1, Sentry 2, nearest threat, MiG-21, Singleton, bearing 3, 4, 5, 10 miles.
But still he should be with his internal gun, so hopefully he won't be using gun against us. I can't see his smoke trail like anywhere. There he is. I can see him, guys. Very close to the ground. I saw him. There he is. Moment. There, I can see the smoke trail. Hopefully you do see him. He's just below us. Quite fast, so a little bit worried that he might start climbing against us. Okay, I'm in the contrails already, so he's definitely able to see me now. And climbing very quickly into the, let's say, 50,000 feet, so hopefully he won't be able to reach this altitude. I'm pretty sure that he's faster than me. He's at 2.3 Mach fighter, so definitely I won't be able to fly away just by using my speed. But hopefully I can use my ceiling. It should be higher than the ceiling of the MiG-21. Hopefully I'll be able to fly away from him. I don't know whether I'll be able to reach like 45, 50,000, but I'd like to, definitely. He's still keeping himself behind us somewhere. Okay, we'll see. Oh, it's 0. So he's still above the ground. So somewhere below 1,000 feet.
Canteen 1, we are heading home. Sentry 2, Buff 1-1, request vector to threat. Buff 1, Sentry 2, nearest threat, MiG-21, Singleton, bearing 3, 4, 5, 10 miles.
Okay, 40,000 feet. I'm gonna level up. My airspeed is quite low. Let's just quickly accelerate. I just need to see how fast this aircraft can be. I don't know whether I can fly like 300 knots at this speed. Probably not. It's too much.
Sentry 2, Buff 1, Sentry 2, nearest threat, MiG-21, Singleton, bearing 3, 4, 5, 10 miles.
He's still keeping himself in very low altitude, still below us, although he's closing. But still he's keeping himself very low.
Falcon 6-1, in.
Okay, F-16's flying. Okay, let me check his position. There he is. Still very, very low. Very interesting what he's doing. You can even see his shadow moving on the ground. And probably the F-16s open fire at him. So he will be going down. There's a missile flying there. And a splash. and he's going down. Okay. Splash into the water, so there shouldn't be any hostile aircraft nearby.
2, off 1-1. Request vector to threat. Off 1, Sentry 2, nearest threat, MiG-21, bearing 040, 60 miles, 30,000.
Okay, so the closest enemy is 60 miles. My current fuel consumption is 12.1 pounds of fuel, and my overall fuel amount is 11,000, so I should be able to fly like this for 50 minutes. The home plate is like 95 miles in front of me. I should be there in 11 minutes, so let's use the time compression.
60 miles, 15,000. Sentry 1, be advised, hostile launch activity detected, bullseye 300, 100 miles.
Okay. So, we are here. We return safely. Master arm off, lights on. I have to land without the landing flaps, just because they are extracted by Control F12 key, and as soon as I press F12 key, the video will be over. So I have to land without the flaps.
Good morning. Off 1, when you approach, take spacing and continue inbound. Expect vectors. Runway 20.
Okay, runway 20, so I'll be landing from this side here. So let's turn slightly more to the left. Air brakes. So, what do you say about this mission? I was just curious, I just wanted to try this B-52, but
Off 1-1, descend to 1,000, maintain 200 knots. Vectors to final, runway 20.
I wasn't feeling very comfortable in this aircraft, definitely, just because of this targeting pod beam being obscured. No AMRAAMs whatsoever. Some kind of bugs really happening when you are flying such unusual aircrafts like the bombers here in this. Basically the game is not designed to allow this.
1-1, perform landing check. Off 1-1, descend to 1,000, maintain 190 knots. Vectors to final, runway 20.
So it was just a small trick to allow you to fly all the aircrafts, and basically the B-52 is not the best for such trials for your experimenting. Definitely go try I don't know, F4, F-15, any like fighter aircrafts. They are like very great. You can use them freely, no problem with them, but
altitude.
definitely this B-52 wasn't like my cup of coffee. Okay, I need to keep my airspeed very, very low, just to be able to land without the flaps. I hope that it will go smoothly. I'm a little bit worried about it, but hopefully it will do it.
1-1, turn right to final approach course 200. Check approach speed.
Already final approach course, so let's turn right 200. Buff 11, copy. And I'm missing the agility of F-16, for example, when flying this beautiful big beast. Definitely, it's an interesting experience, but I'm not gonna repeat it. Just wanted to try this B-52. I'm glad I made it back home. I was I was setting up the mission. I was talking to myself that this is the one-way ticket, basically. Go into the North Korean airspace and with the B-52. But I was able to return safely, though, so at least this was the achievement.
Good morning. Buff 11, land Jew Tower, cleared for landing, runway 20, check gear down.
I'm not sure whether I hit the proper target, whether the objective has been destroyed. We'll see it in the debriefing screen, so looking forward to see my performance. I'm glad that I was able to destroy this SA-2 site, at least one of them, couple of radars, couple of trucks, I don't know, some other vehicles, so at least some achievement has been done, but definitely a little bit worried about the main objective of this mission. Okay, I have to keep in mind that the gear is much lower on this aircraft than on the F-16, or the cockpit is much higher than the F-16, so need to flare quite early. Oh, I'm scratching the tail. Hurry up. Okay, I'm using the parachute to slow me down. It's really necessary. And I'm feeling great. Seems like number 2 is going for land just behind me. So let's leave the runway as soon as possible, otherwise he will go around. And I don't want to be that rude to him. By the way, the wheels are not turning. Some models have like this kind of problems. And I do remember that some early stages of Falcon Allied Force, also the F-16 has like was like unable to turn the wheels, but it was delivered in some pretty early patches that the wheels start turning. And it seems that some of the aircrafts still have this problem. So I'm at the end of the runway. Let's turn away. Yeah, I was really trying, but this is quite a huge aircraft. Okay, let's park it here. I don't want to go into that hangar, definitely. It's too small for me, the big boss right now. So, am I okay, or still my tail is okay? To move on. Such a beautiful aircraft, like look at this. It's looking very great. I'm really surprised by the amount of details on this B-52. Although you are almost unable to see them when you are flying in F-16, but it's here and it's looking really great. So let's see the outcome of the mission. I will definitely jump back to the F-16 or F-15. Oh, Silver Star, come on, come on. Like really.